Hail and well met. Welcome to episode 32 of the Westgate Irregulars. I am Eric Scott to be your dungeon master, and these are the dungeon scrawlers. Take it away, Aaron.
I'm sorry, Emily's dropping weird real-life necromancy topics right before we go live.
It's absolutely true.
Hi, I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga. I'm also going to tell you about our sponsor. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure. That includes Farida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels saga. That's right, you can play them, you can put them in your party, you can fight monsters with them, and they'll love it. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and web, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. And if you're here, you can get a free gold chest code by typing in the little code down there at the bottom of the screen. It'll pop up. Let us know if you get something cool and shiny. And if you don't know what we're talking about, go check them out at idlechampions.com.
I'm Rhiannon Held. I write urban fantasy, the Silver series under Rhiannon Held, and then space opera under RZ Held, the Amsterdam Institute series, which is now complete for the year. The arcs are done. If you were interested, try it out.
Available in an Amazon link near you.
I'm Yang Yang Wang. I'm a writer and a filmmaker.
Hi, I'm Emily Tang. I'm a writer and a game designer at Wizards of the Coast. Disclaimer, all thoughts and opinions expressed in the stream are my own and do not represent Wizards of the Coast.
Especially the part about Icelandic dead man pants.
Yeah, what the heck? I want to hear. Can you repeat that? Because you said it right before we went live, and I just heard the dead skin of a dead man.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
It might come up in
I want some of those pants. I mean, come on. Talk about leather pants. Hi, I'm Stephen Merlino. I am a fantasy author and a teacher. I'm about to start school next week, and it's going to be kind of fun, I think. Looking forward to it.
All right, optimism. All right, so hi, I'm Randy Henderson, and I am a professional nap tester.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dungeon Scrawlers. So the Westgate Irregulars start off the game in a dwarven outpost, which is called, Randy.
Oh.
Bust your dwarvish out, man.
I have to look at it.
Oh my god.
I'm going to pull up the map. They can see the lower half of it.
Rappenhomeln.
It is... Anyway...
Well, it's called the Forge of the Heart.
I'm sorry. The reason I wanted to make sure I pronounce it right, but it's Kjerstad Unmaten.
There you go.
There you go.
The Heart Forge, the Forge of the Heart, something like that. The translation's not perfect, but it is a dwarven outpost that exists in the southern end of the Giants Run Mountains.
Yeah.
And the Westgate Irregulars had gone there because Rogar has, I don't know if it's a debt so much, it's just like you feel responsible for healing Kalis' damaged wings. And you are certain that with the priests at the outpost, combining all your talents together, you can heal her wings.
By our powers combined.
That's right. Do a little Captain Planet dance. In addition to the chant. All right. But before that ritual has gone down, you have seen that the dwarves have some interesting stuff going on at their outpost. They are very, militaristic, orderly, very set in their plan and ways of doing particular things. You met the leader of the outpost who was kind of trying to ingratiate herself with you. You met the lead guardsman who mixes up words and is a big fan of malapropisms. And you managed to kind of sway some of the dwarves to thinking that you're followers and thinking that you were allies by Stong's improvised battle with Sarshan at the gate. And so Rogar and Caliph went to the temple to get the high priestess on their side to fix up the wings. And you were having a conversation about that when one of Rogar's old rivals burst in and challenged him to a Cleric-Off.
Well,
Oh,
bag.
yeah,
Little
that's
weasel.
right.
So today's session will involve the 3 phases of the Cleric-Off. The first phase of the Cleric-Off erupts immediately when an alarm sounds. You hear a horn resounding out of the caverns that the drow are invading the outpost. And it seems that many of the dwarven defenders were caught off guard and already wounded in their attempts to harm the drow. So the dwarves are looking to you to help defend the outpost.
All right.
Maybe they shouldn't have been so rude earlier.
Yeah.
Decent food.
We're just sitting here in the
Hard to fight on
tourist-
an empty stomach.
They gave you the best food they had. That's what dwarves eat. Anyway, so Diesel,
Which Diesel?
It's spelled like weasel. That is Rogar's rival.
Okay.
He says, perfect. We must do the first phase of the Cleric-Off, a healing competition.
Okay.
And so he heads out to the lower part of the outpost where you see some cave entrances. It seems that the dwarves are digging a mine of some kind to harvest resources. That's where people are coming out of, and that's where the battle seems to be unfolding. All right. The rest of you, do you heed the call to battle?
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, okay.
I mean, what happens if we say no? Involved in this, but what happens if
We
say
could
no?
make some popcorn and sit and
Let's
watch.
see what happens. I mean,
Okay,
we're
well-
down here too, and I don't think that we don't necessarily know how to get out of here. So even if we were feeling extremely neutral, we might want to deal with it anyway.
Well, the dwarves that Stong befriended look to him like, you, hero, with your half-orc magic.
Whoa, well, my half
That's not me being racist. That's them believing that half-orc magic is a real thing.
That's how Stong presented it.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. I'm a bard who's capable of doing great magical feats, but only against lycanthropes. So,
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Will
yeah.
Will you help us anyway? One of them says. The others all look downcast.
There
Well-
might be.
I mean, I'd like to know what it is that they're here for. I mean, if they're just attacking you for no reason, I would definitely help defend your outpost.
Oh, they're here to kill us and take us as slaves. The drow are evil. We need to defend ourselves.
Oh, friends, we should go help these dwarves.
I'm there. I'm going to unsheath
Your
this-
cursed sword.
the sword that was made for slaying drow.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's right.
Speak to me, lol.
You feel a certain degree of warmth coming into your hand through the sword, like it is growing excited.
Very cozy.
And you feel very much like going into battle.
I can't wait. Go, Stong. Let's go. Everyone.
All right, so Sturge and Stong rush to the caves, leaving the
Yeah.
sisters behind.
What? No.
I was wandering around. Did I get back before the drow?
Yeah, you were wandering back when the
Okay.
alarm goes up.
That's which way Ruan went.
And
Did I
Artemisia was
run?
not touching your bag.
Right.
Never happened.
Over there, Artemisia was over there. She just had her own bag. No touching your bag.
Artemisia,
All real lucky.
roll me a stealth check, please.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
This is to determine what Cecilia sees.
30-20.
Dirty 20. Okay. So, Cecilia, you see Artemisia walking away from the campsite.
Okay. That seems totally normal. I don't know that I would have flinched if I saw you going through my bag because it would have been like, okay, stop trying to fold everything. It's all in there.
Confiscating the scarf. It doesn't go with your coloration.
Okay.
You gave that to me, or I stole it from your shop. Either way. Okay, but
the
so yeah, I guess
sisters-
we go.
The sisters reunite.
Did I find Ruan?
Ruan, Ruan wandered off somewhere. You're not sure where he is.
Flittered off as a sparrow, as I recall.
That's right. And Sarshan is not here because he's still outside the outpost.
Also bastard. Okay.
All right. So it's just down to you, group.
Okay.
You group of heroes.
I don't
right.
think it's a good idea to let them do this by themselves. Let's bring some lightning bolts and such.
Oh, and some
Okay.
enemies abound.
So the dwarves are directing everyone toward the steps leading up to the upper level, which is apparently where the mines come out of the mountain. Balland, the dwarf captain, is like, "All ye who can fight, come along now. Bring your weapons. We've got to do this together."
Okay, apparently that's where we're headed.
You, Rogar Battleborn, you take heart. Bring your powerful, mighty hammer. And Diesel says, "Ha! This be a sacred duel that Rogar and I be fighting, and he shall not be taking part in any smiting. He shall only be healing."
Oh.
I think
Because this
Rogar
is
can
the
handle
sacred
those.
tradition of the Cleric-Off,
I have no problem healing.
which begins with a heal off.
I see. This guy.
Okay.
This
So
guy.
you head up to the caves. All right, you see the cavern entrance is some 10 feet in diameter, roughly circular. There are a couple of dwarves kind of limping out, coughing. And you, Sturge and Stong, you arrive on site first. You're standing outside the cave, weapons ready. Sturge, I believe you have that sword drawn.
Yep.
And you see movement in the darkness. There's smoke and mist creeping out of the cave. You see faint movement.
Are these dwarves?
Make a perception check.
Okay. That'd be a 12, natural one.
All right, you have no idea. You there's something coming toward you, groping its way through the smoke.
I'm gonna step aside.
I think
Grab your blade.
Hold action if it's a drow, which they don't like sunlight. They don't like daylight. So
I mean, we're underground.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
Well, you're at the entrance to the cavern.
Okay.
Entrance to the tunnel, I should say.
Which is okay.
Identify yourselves. They'll shout.
No response. Stong, what do you do?
I think Stong's going to rush over to the dwarves that just came out, and he's going to try to evacuate them. But after checking that they're like not direly hurt.
Okay.
They're just gonna hold action.
One of the dwarves coughs, and you see like vomit and bile comes out of his mouth, and he's like, he's clutching at the small quarrel sticking out of his shoulder.
Oh crap! I'd like
and he
to
just collapses into your arms, and you hold him in your big, strong half-orc arm.
So, I'd like to pull out the quarrel if it's like not hitting someplace vital. I do have medicine, and bards know everything, so I guess I'm partially trained in medicine. And then I'd like to heal his wounds. Let's see.
With a spell or medicine check?
22 medicine check. I do have a spell I can use on him.
Okay. He has definitely been poisoned. That quarrel has like a grayish liquid poison on the end.
Do I recognize what kind of poison it is?
Well, the dwarf immediately he presses his head against your chest. And just starts snoring.
Okay.
It might be sleep poison, but it might just be you're very cozy.
Yeah, I'm just a giant orc pillow. Okay, I'd like to heal him and then like move him to a safe spot before rejoining Sturge.
Okay. Go ahead and tell me how much you heal with your spell.
5.
5. Okay. The dwarf seems to be sleeping more restfully, more comfortably. All right, Sturge, you're ready there with your sword.
Yep.
The figure emerges from the smoke, and it is indeed another dwarf who has 2 quarrels in him, one in his shoulder, one in his neck, and he makes it a few more steps and then collapses to the ground.
I'm gonna hide it in the entrance there, just inside the.
You're going to step into the entrance?
Yeah, and hide.
Okay.
So,
Make a stealth check.
26.
Okay. Sturge has disappeared.
Oh, where's Sturge go?
Yeah. The chat has observed that Song has won the first round of the Cleric-Off.
Oh, I was just thinking to myself, like, I wish Rogar were here.
All right, well, Rogar and Diesel show up around the same time, along with the sisters.
I'm gonna lean into
And
Rogar
Caleb.
and be like, "Axe him."
No, I can win. I can win this.
Okay,
fair and
if you
square.
change your mind, just go. Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate
Diesel's looking at the two of them suspiciously, and he says, I didn't realize you were into the tall ones, Rogar. She's a
Back off,
fine looking lassie.
Can I hex him, please?
He is my friend, and I think he would have nothing to do with you.
Really? She's your friend, is she? Well, I should show her some of the talents of Sharindlar then.
Oh,
Come on, lassie. If you ever feel injured, you let me know and I will heal you.
keep talking, buddy.
Rogar, I promised you I wouldn't hex him. That's only until the end of this Cleric-Off, and I'm telling you that right now. We go see what's happening with this
You dig
cave.
your own grave, Diesel.
Diesel's like puffing out his chest, like super masculine posturing. Like, yeah, I can do that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So are we here to heal or to, like, talk empty
Or-
braggery?
We're here to heal, of course. Okay, I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative now.
Ooh.
13.
18.
11.
Did you get all of that?
Of course he did.
Would
so
you-
hard to
random
remember.
numbers.
Not around a real table.
Caleb,
31, 99, 64.
11. Okay, I do not have Sturge and Rogar.
18.
20.
Fine.
Nice. Round.
Wow. Okay. All right,
Ooh,
Sturge, you're
which
going
one?
first.
Okay. I'm just
You're
gonna.
above me.
So if I am inside this door,
The sword is feeling warmer and warmer, like you're getting more energy and excitement out of it.
I'm going to.
And you
from
can
my-
see that it is burning with a faint purple light.
Okay, keep it low. Keep it low. We're going stealth here. Hello. keep it chill.
There
I'm
is
gonna-
no stealth. There is no chill. There is only kill and vengeance.
Hey man,
Make a wisdom saving throw.
if you wanted a butcher, if you wanted a butcher, you got the wrong guy. I kill with stealth. That's how I kill.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
How you used to kill.
And then I disengage.
This is and for the audience, this sword is it cursed by or embodied by the elven god of
It's-
vengeance against the drow?
Blessed by.
Oh, blessed. Oh, of
Blessed
course.
is the word
of
we're looking
course.
for.
Yeah.
Yes, Chad, I'm glad you appreciated that. Chevroche said, no chill, only kill.
Your excellent Robert
It's-
Mm-hmm.
Pattinson Batman voice there.
That was quite good.
A 14.
14, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Purple haze descends over your eyes.
Oh, no.
And you go rushing into the cavern.
Oh, no.
Sort
Okay.
of.
You
Glad.
can still do so stealthily.
Oh, man.
Okay, good.
You're still moving like you. Everyone who's, well, no one sees you because your stealth roll is so
You've
amazing.
just gone in there. We're like, where's Sturge?
Oh, there goes my cave in the cave strategy.
All right.
I mean, as far as you know, he's not in there, so
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. You're totally right.
Might as well send a lightning bolt in too while you're at it.
Sturge, you realize that you can see in the dark. Everything is
Everything you always dreamed of.
everything is faintly outlined in this purple light.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Blessed by Cheverash.
You see that there are 4 lithe figures holding various weapons, mostly swords. One has axes. One has a rapier. One has a spiked chain, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And they are arrayed around this uneven cavern that looks like kind of an entryway to the caves. It has multiple tunnels heading off down deeper into the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one figure among them dressed in just these sweeping black robes. And all of them are standing very erect, like very, very tall up to their full height. And they're all looking at the black cloaked figure.
And is it a she? The black cloaked figure, a she?
They're elves, it's hard to tell.
Okay.
But you have an overwhelming urge to go up and smite one of them.
I'm definitely going to smite the one with the
Smite?
black, the black figure they're all staring at.
All right. If you do that, you won't be able to be hidden, though. That will require you to go in and amongst the group.
Oh, so all right, then the nearest one who's back is to me, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. And yep, just gonna go in with my I assume I have advantage because I've got such a good stealth roll. Is that correct?
Yeah, you are hidden, so you have advantage.
Okay. Do this. We got
In this case, it's a combination of being subtle and also moving really fast. So it's like the assassin darts out of the shadows and ha!
right. Okay. So I'm going to cast booming blade first. Or actually, it's part of the attack.
I shouldn't allow him to cast booming blade as a stealthy thing, but it's fine. Whatever.
Well, it's part of the attack, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So
you're chanting words under your breath as you stalk toward the
1d7.
Okay, well that hits.
Okay, and it does 9 damage by itself, and then the sneak attack comes in for 14 more, so 23.
Okay.
And yeah, unless there's some special note that I'm missing here.
Okay.
Yep. 23.
Do we hear that? Like, do we know where Sturge is now? Since some of us are thinking of caving and, tunnels
Sturge,
and things.
you run your blade right through the drow, and it bursts out like through its chest. And you would have expected him to scream in pain, but he doesn't.
Oh.
And all the drow just turn and look at you as one.
Oh no.
Greetings, my dark complexion friend.
Okay.
Okay, and I guess as he falls,
You are filled with rage as you look upon the drow.
Yes. How original of them.
And then their turn.
Okay.
Because they got 19 on initiative. So
I just
the
wanted to
drow
check.
that you ran through
Yes, that fellow.
turns and attacks you with his 2 short swords.
Oh, he didn't die. Okay.
No, he did not die.
I had this slight terror that Eric's promised that if we got up to 25 subscribers, he would put Dritz in the game. That happened, and that Sturge had just stabbed Dritz. But they're short swords, they're not scimitars. So we have not called down the wrath of Bob's house.
Unfortunately, he crit you with his attack.
Wait. Can I? Oh, crit.
You can do uncanny dodge on a crit. That's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, and you probably should because
Oh my god.
The DM quote right there. And you probably should.
All right, let me do this math.
What do you know?
42 damage. Some of it being poison damage.
Yikes.
And so you're uncanny dodging that.
Yeah. In fact, I suppose I should have. I don't know if this is too late, but it's possible I could have foreseen this as not a crit.
Oh, it's too late now.
Okay.
You could, in theory, do that on subsequent attacks, though.
Yes.
The second attack is 24 to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I assume that hits you.
Yep.
The good thing this is happening in the middle of a Cleric-Off.
Yeah, that's right.
That,
Good time.
Oh my goodness.
that strike, you have been leaping back, so it only kind of wings you. It does 14 damage.
Okay. So the first one was 24.
21 since you uncanny dodged it.
21,
So
and
you've taken a total 34 damage. 35 damage. 35.
ouch. Okay.
From the
Yes.
first drow.
From the first round.
Keep track
Is
here.
this the end of Sturge?
The second drow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Wow.
Steven.
I wasn't done with my turn.
You weren't done with your turn.
No, I was going to disengage and,
Oh,
run.
no, you're
But
not.
It's
The
too
sword
late.
isn't going to let you do that.
Okay.
You did fail your
Jeverash
wisdom.
is like, I'm sorry, we found my favorite thing and I will be doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
No more
Uh,
Sturge.
I'll have
another
5 more
drow
minutes
is
and then leave in the
casting-
2.
Casting a spell. I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
It's weird how curses sometimes have downsides.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw. Let's see. I'm going to play it safe and foresee this as a 19.
Okay. There's a brief flash of pink purple light, and you dodge out of the way.
Mhm.
You are not fairy fired. The other two drow are going to fire their hand crossbows at you. You going to foresee this?
That's
He is going to hit you. Are you going to foresee it?
well, I also have a shield spell.
Okay. 26.
I think I better foresee this
Okay.
as he actually rolled a 10.
Okay. So that makes it a 17.
And that's when my shield spell goes off.
Okay. So your shield spell goes off. You now have a orbiting shield of energy around you, or like some kind of force field.
Yep.
It's probably, and that still lasts for the next attack. So this guy fires. Oh, and his crossbow bolt plinks off your shield ineffectually.
Okay.
Great. Good. You survived the onslaught of the drow.
Of round one.
Oh man. We're like, where's our friend Sturge? Oh, he's died in one round.
Well,
Always remember you.
Yep.
the drow mage gets to go now. So that's
Oh,
the guy in the black cloak.
Oh
Oh
god.
no.
Oh.
He raises his hands and projects purple lightning toward you.
Mm. And that's when, now is this an attack?
Hold on.
Okay.
Just going to make sure.
The purple lightning.
Not as good as white lightning.
No, I'm not
You
even
could have a
close.
lightning off.
Is yours white too?
Okay.
Or kind of white blue.
Yeah.
He fires his purple lightning toward you, and the sword moves as if on its own, catching the lightning and absorbing it harmlessly.
Oh, nice.
Hmm,
All right.
That's interesting.
So it's Celia's turn.
Okay. Have I heard anything from what's happening in the tunnel?
Oh, one other thing.
Okay.
The mage, he finishes casting his spell. It didn't do anything. And then he disappears in a cloud of vapor.
Oh, that's
Now it's.
Good.
Did you see anything happening in the tunnel?
Did I
Coward!
hear or see?
You can see the smoke swirling,
hmm
and you see a flash of purple light.
Okay.
There's obviously some sort of battle going on.
Right.
Drow
We don't
did
see
not make any
Sturge.
sounds. Well, you
So-
heard.
Did I hear Sturge's booming blade?
You heard Sturge yell coward.
That drow hasn't actually moved, so the booming blade didn't go off.
Oh, gotcha.
But you heard Sturge shouting coward and saying something suitably challenging to the drow. I think you said something, Stephen. I don't remember what it was. You heard all of that.
Yeah, he said something mocking and courtly, and
Something very Sturgish.
yeah, I think he greeted them.
What are the chances I actually didn't say I turned my axe on, so
You can
I
turn
hate
it
to
on
just go in.
now.
I know it takes an action, so I guess I can turn my axe on.
Yeah.
And wait for the rest of you.
All right. So this magical axe appears. Does it? Why don't you describe it? Does it seem like an axe made of blood, of fire? What does it look like? What are we talking about?
Sorry, an axe made of blood.
Axe made of blood.
Is wonderfully dramatic.
Wow.
It's like, yeah.
Dripping some blood.
It actually doesn't look terribly weird. It looks like a very well crafted axe that is covered in Rashemi runes.
Excellent.
It is big. What did I say it was? Is a broad axe? Battle axe? I forgot.
Yeah, occasionally.
A great axe.
Yes. It's partly because her patron, I didn't say the W word, her patron likes to appear out of a pool of blood. So I sometimes ask. It is plausible. I will occasionally ask the group, how Mortal Kombat is your character? Anyway.
This one looks more like something that Cecilia would have brought from home.
So the axe appears in Cecilia's hands.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you going to do anything else?
I can't do anything else. I guess I can move toward the cave. I hate to just like dive in and be drow bait without
Okay, so you're like...
So I'm going to go move into the mouth of the cave so I can maybe start to adjust my eyesight or something.
Great.
But I don't have
attack, so. Caliph, your wings hurt really bad, but you're focusing through the pain because things are going down.
All right. Caliph has no idea what's going on. She thought she was healed, and then suddenly alarms started going off, and there was a Cleric-Off happening. But then it didn't happen, and now we're all standing around waiting for something. What's going on, guys?
Well, the clerics haven't had their turn yet, so
I think so when we left off last time, the high priestess said she needed time to prepare the ritual, so we were just going to be waiting around for that before she could heal your wings. So you were kind of just in the waiting room, as it were, when the alarm went off.
I guess she's just gonna follow Cecilia's lead. It's like, all right, I see you're doing something. I'll do it too, I guess.
Yeah, I've got you covered. You go ahead and cast something in there.
Oh, so we're actually casting stuff in there now?
I mean, if you can see anything.
Can she see anything?
You can see flashes of purple light in and amongst the smoke. You heard Sturge deliver his eloquent speech.
Can I just like move within enough to see? Or does that put me?
Yeah, you could definitely go in there. When the DM smiles, it's already too late.
I have counterspell. Okay. Maybe that will help. I don't know.
All right, so yeah, you can head in. Caliph goes running inside. So you see Sturge facing 4 dark-skinned elves with shocks of white hair. Some of them are like kind of ebony black skin. Some of them have grayish skin. Some of them have purple skin. Drow in my game have a wide variety of skin tones.
Yeah. Do I see Sturge anywhere?
Oh yeah, he's standing there facing down these 4, and he is doing something very unsturge-like, which is not running and hiding.
Something seems really, really wrong now, so I guess
Doppelganger! Oh, sorry.
he's also clutching at his side where he is bleeding copiously.
Oh man.
So Caliph is going to yell, Sturge, snap out of it, and then blight the nearest.
Oh, dude, he's so hating it.
Okay. So that would be the drow that is nearest to Sturge, and they basically have swords crossing, and he has like arcing thunder power wheeling around him. You recognize that as the booming blade spell. Right.
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, here we go. Constitution, drow strength. Oh, okay. You got an 18.
All right, so it goes to 16, so he takes half damage.
Okay.
$45, so he takes 22 necromantic damage.
Ooh, all right.
Nice.
Nice.
Good thing he made a save. Wow. All right. Yeah,
That's a
dark
lot of good
energy swarms around him, and he kind of like dodges out of the way enough to take only some of the effect.
Serge, you okay?
But since I just described him as dodging out of the way, we'll say it triggers the booming blade. So go ahead and do your thunder damage there, Sturge.
Righto. That will be 6.
6.
Boom.
All right. Thunder claps, and he is knocked to his back, but he kips back up and stands there really erect, fully up to his whole height. Okay.
Does it look withered or anything?
Yeah, you see that his face is half withered from your spell. Like your spell drained the moisture out of his face. And so he looks half, young and beautiful, and half old and withered.
The gauntlet.
You have created Drow Two-Face. Rogar.
Aye.
So there are 3 dwarves who have stumbled out of the caves, and they're all unconscious. One is in Stong's arms.
Okay. I
You
will.
hear a battle going on inside, obviously.
And what's Diesel doing?
You think that he is going to go heal somebody, but it hasn't been a turn yet for him.
All right. Well then,
He's like, I got this. I got this. He's bouncing from foot to foot. He's all, Sharindlar's with me. Sharindlar's with me.
I just realized your shirt says the cleric.
I am the cleric. All right. Right. I will preserve their life. I shall summon divine power of Sharindlar through me and let it flow out from me into all 3 of the injured dwarves. And
what is the range on that effect?
the range on that effect? That's an excellent question. I think that's like 30 feet.
Okay. Would you like to extend that to Sturge as well?
Oh, if he's, I mean, do I know he's injured? I can't, like, he's in smoke and darkness and stuff, right? I don't really know that he's injured, do I?
Well, you can feel that there are injured people inside that cave. Your cleric sense is going off.
Okay.
But are they injured us or injured?
Shall we say
Someone is injured!
Your spiritual sense is going off?
Okay, right. All right, here we go. Yeah, well, of course. I mean, if that's an option, I'll definitely do that. And so this is the one that heals you only up to half your hit points, max hit points. So Sturge, but that'd be 35, 39, 42 hit points divided up between I guess the 3. Well, I can divide it up as many as I want, actually.
Each of the dwarves,
4 of them. So basically, 10 hit points each.
Okay, 2 of the dwarves can take 10 points of healing before they're at half hit points. One of the dwarves can take 5 because he has been healed by Stong. So that's 25.
All right, and then the other What did I say? It was
15?
42. Oh, yeah.
40 minus 25, 15.
Okay, so 17 technically, because it was 42. So
17.
17 goes to Sturge.
Okay, Sturge, you heal 17 up to half your normal hit points.
Yeah.
So the light, like I start like glow, and if you'll indulge me, I'll just like throw in a little thaumaturgy, like so that my eyes glow and the ground shakes a little, and the light flows from me into these 3 doors. They all are healed, and Sturge is healed, all in a single healing. I'll say, Sharindlar is with me.
Diesel looks over at you like, Sturge, how much healing did you actually get?
4 points.
4 points. Okay.
Yeah. He's got 32 now.
I am literally writing down the score. So, Rogar, you rolled a total of 19 hit points so far.
Okay.
And
Nobody
Diesel...
get hurt, because Diesel the Weasel can't heal any of us.
Diesel the Weasel.
I think the number of people I heal should also count. Like,
all right, Stong, your turn.
Okay.
Unless Rogar, you're going to do something else. Are you going to do something else?
Well, I really don't have other.
Okay.
No.
Stong.
So does Stong know that Sturge went inside? Has he realized it? Okay.
Yes.
Then he would definitely like rush inside. And how far is it before I spot them?
30 feet puts you inside the main kind of like honeycomb tavern. It has 4 tunnels leading deeper into the mountain, and there are several columns blocking your view of different parts of the tunnel of the cavern. But the space itself is probably about 60 feet in diameter.
Okay.
And you could get to the with a 30-foot movement, you can get into the cavern, and you're now standing next to Caleb.
With how many feet?
It looks a little freaked out. 30 feet of movement.
30? Okay, excellent.
So you can continue and charge somebody if you want to, because I know you have that feat.
I'd like to look to see what objects are around that aren't being worn or carried by anybody.
Okay, there are numerous stalagmites that you could probably break off and hit. There's one mine cart that's set on rails leading to deeper into the tunnels. There are numerous mining pieces of equipment like picks and hammers. There are loose rocks. There are the 4 drow, there's Sturge, and there's Caleb.
Grab a drow. Use that as your improvised weapon. It'll be great.
Well,
grab 2 mining picks. Can you hook 2 of them around the neck and bang their heads together?
I just link mining picks to form a mining pick whip or something. But this time, actually, I was looking for objects in order to animate them because I have this handy animate object spell.
Oh.
So Stong's gonna go Disney princess, Disney warrior princess.
You do,
and command up to 10 objects within 120 feet to come to life. So I would like to pick the tiniest or the smallest objects, and I'd like to choose 10 of them.
Okay. So rocks and files, and there's one sharpening stone. And you can animate 10. Are you trying to do tiny objects?
Yeah, let's go for tiny. Let's try out tiny objects.
Tiny objects. All right.
Would there be weapons discarded in there or mining tools?
There is one dagger that appears to be a dwarven dagger, but the others are small mining tools. There's a scale. You animate the scale and it starts lifting up into the air.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of lanterns and stuff, I imagine, too.
Yeah.
Well, the dwarves have dark vision,
Yeah, that's true.
so
if there's
Not in
a
this
scale, if
Or
there's
they're
a
dead
scale,
canaries.
there must be little weights for the scale, right? The standard weights.
it's not a scale for lifting. Okay, it's
clippers.
Yeah, this kind of scale.
Yeah.
So
That kind of scale.
So
weight. Anyway.
So after they animate, they get a flying speed. So they're all like floating now in the air.
Right.
And as a bonus action on my same turn, I can mentally command them to attack, and they can move up to, I believe it's at least 30. 30. Yep, 30 fly speed. So who is the closest drow to Sturge?
There is an injured drow that is standing right next to Sturge. Half his face is withered and burned away by dark magic.
Okay, let's go for
You
that.
have no idea who did that, by the way.
Yeah, let's go for that person.
You might have some idea who did that. Okay, so you go for that drow. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The scale goes flying toward that drow's face.
Yep. So I have 10 objects, right?
Yep.
See, this is the fun of animate objects. I get 10 attacks.
Go for it.
Excellent.
Wow.
Rolling 10d20 plus 4. So
No, it's not
5?
physical, but I'm imagining like a whole
Right.
handful of just like.
Yeah.
I'm torn between whether I'm like, thank goodness D&D Beyond lets you just go click, 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 and then you roll it, and going, oh, it's too bad you don't have to get like 10 D20.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Let me try doing it and then just see, I'll just read off the lowest first.
Okay.
So that is going to be, does an 8 hit?
No.
Does an 11 hit?
No.
Does a 12 hit?
Nope.
Does a 14 hit?
Nope.
Does a 16 hit?
No.
Oh my goodness. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay, only 3 of them hit then.
So there are a bunch of like objects flying at this drow, and he tries to bat them aside. Like the 19, he bats aside with his sword. But then the other 2 apparently still hit him.
Holy cow! They have so much armor. Okay, so then that does 7.
Their
plus
AC is 18.
12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. What did you expect to just buzzsaw the drow with your spell?
You
can do
that. Maybe.
Animate objects is such a fun spell. Okay.
It's neat.
So, Diesel's turn. Diesel, not to be outdone, looks over at Rogar, goes over to one of the dwarves, lays on hands on him, and he says, Sharindlar's love fill ya. And heals him. Nine points of damage.
Your head.
Okay.
I guess you can call that a healing.
Artemisia.
Oh.
So Tsitsili is still outside of the entrance.
No,
of
I'm
the-
inside.
like-
I'm inside the cave.
She's just
Oh, okay.
inside the entrance, as I recall.
Would prestidigitation do anything to the smoke if she did wind with the cantrip?
You could clear a small amount of the smoke, yeah.
Okay. So she's gonna like go right up to where the smoke begins and then start trying to like get enough of it cleared away that she can sort of see what's going on inside.
Okay. So you cast your spell and like a 5-foot section of smoke clears. But there's still a lot blocking you from the inside. It's granting essentially concealment to everybody inside.
Okay. Well, I'm at this point, except for the Cleric-Off, I'm the only one left out here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So she'll continue on inside then.
Okay.
But carefully, like she doesn't want to overshoot the rest of the party.
That puts us to round 2, Sturge.
Okay.
Kill. Avenge us.
Yeah. That's going to be a wisdom check, I'm guessing. So where is it? There it is.
No, but you suspect that things might happen to you if you if you did not attack a drow.
Right. Well, the sky still hasn't gone down that I hit before, right?
Correct.
Is
He's
he-
very wounded.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem to be reacting to his wounds.
Do these little things flying around attacking, is he aware of them?
It's hard to say.
He
blocked one aside with the sword.
Right. What I mean is, do they count as an enemy that would give me, as a rogue, advantage for a sneak attack? Or just sneak attack?
That's a good question. Hang on. Animate objects.
I'm trying to read it right now too. I mean, it becomes a creature. It counts as a creature.
If it becomes a creature, then yeah, it does count. To
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay. So definitely going for the same thing.
Okay.
And booming blade again. Yep.
Ooh.
25. And so
That hits.
so it's 8 plus 20.
Okay, you run that drow through, and he collapses.
This is the same guy. Same guy,
on
right?
your sword.
Okay.
His eyes, which are totally white, look at you, and then they kind of clear a little bit, and then he just slumps to the ground.
When you say cleared, do I think he was
like pupils appeared, like red pupils appeared in his eyes, and then he slumped down.
Interesting.
Very dead.
Curious.
Do I know what that means? Arcana check or something? Like, I've never seen that before. Is that a medicine check? Okay. Well,
Okay.
he's gonna do that thing where he boots him out, puts the heel of his boot on him and pushes him away as he pulls the sword out. Then he's going to, because now this isn't, he's definitely going to keep attacking next round, but he's first going to disengage and get out of range from these guys melee wise. So
now I'm going to need you to make that wisdom saving throw.
Oh my God, we're going to.
Savrash says, no, I'm not done.
19.
You wanted this sword, dude.
19. All right, you managed to pull yourself away.
We have to have a talk.
Don't flee.
I'm not fleeing, you fool. It's a tactical. Okay, disengage.
Your head aches.
I know.
You managed to make yourself. You disengage. Okay.
Yes, and do a 30 feet back.
All right. The drow swing the weapon. The spike chain wielder swings his spike chain, but you duck under it because you disengaged.
That's a tacky weapon, by the way.
Always antagonize. Yeah. Okay. You're going to head back to the tunnel.
I just want, I can do a 30-foot retreat.
Okay,
and
you can either get into the tunnel or you can take cover behind one of the pillars that I was describing.
Oh, I like that pillar idea.
All right. So you take cover behind one of the pillars.
Yes.
All right. So the drow warriors. Great. So make your stealth check, by the way, Sturge.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that you were doing well. I mean, you didn't really have an action to hide, so you just moved behind the pillar.
Yeah, I used the disengage instead of hiding.
All right.
But taking cover, just like 90% cover, peeking around, that's just
so the drow with the spike chain.
Yeah.
Let's see, which of you fine folk can he see? I guess he can see either Stong or Calith. The others aren't really threats to him yet. So, Calith, he is going to come rushing at you with his spike chain.
No.
22 to hit you.
Yep.
All right. It's going to do 7 slashing damage plus 10 poison damage.
Okay.
So a total of 17 damage. And then he is going to swing it around and swing the other end of the spike chain at you.
Oh, that's
19.
total or just
19 AC.
Oh, that hit.
Okay. That is going to do 7 slashing damage and 9 poison damage. So total of 16. So
Okay.
17 and 16. Total of 33 damage.
Still standing.
Okay, cool.
Rogar.
The other drow warriors. One of them, well, they still have their crossbows, which they're reloading. One of them is going to fire at, looks like Caliph again.
Oh, no!
Caliph, no!
16. Does 16 hit you?
It does not.
Okay. So you managed to dodge out of the way of that coral, or maybe knock it out of the way with your sword.
On the
Whatever
plus side,
works for you.
we came here for a healing ritual for you, so.
The other one fires. The other one misses at Stong. 16. Does that hit you?
My AC is a 16.
Mr. I'm not wearing armor at the moment. Right?
Fair, yeah. So I think my AC is a 13.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
God.
Well, the good news is this tiny little coral sinks into your shoulder, your bare shoulder, right? You take 10 points of piercing damage.
Oh, it's so tiny, but it hurts so much.
Make a constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, it makes me also feel weird.
Good, weird, or
Does a 20 save it?
Yep.
Excellent.
Right, you wrench the coral out, and you feel like this numbness spreading from where the coral hit. But you just, and like your half-orc blood just drives the poison out.
Yeah, I just imagine I just flex and it just kind of pops out on its own.
Yeah, you just bleed yourself to health. Yeah. All right.
Oh, nice.
The drow mage. Okay.
Oh shit! Sorry,
Jeez.
did it again.
All right. He does something that you can't see.
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
Cecilia.
Not what I want to hear.
Okay.
It's not what I want to hear.
Okay.
You described
Where is the drow mage standing?
No idea.
No idea. Okay, guy's totally invisible. Or person's totally invisible. Okay. Well, then I will go into the cave where I can see things. And I want to use Enemies Abound, which is a spell I've never used before.
So there's one drow with a spike chain,
Mhm.
2
But
drow with hand crossbows.
Right. And the one with the spike chain is right next to Caliph, right?
Right.
And
He's
so-
basically standing in front of Caliph and Stong. So they're both engaged with him.
It does seem this is interesting. So if it hits, they have to choose a target at random from among the creatures it can see within range of the attack spell or other ability it's using.
Mhm.
So might be a crapshoot. I was inclined to pick one of the archers because they're a little farther away, but I guess it doesn't matter. So maybe I'll just pick spike chain guy.
Okay.
Is that no? I guess the archers might shoot each other. The
So,
spike chain guy doesn't have anybody to hit. I'm gonna
what
pick an
is-
archer. I'm gonna pick an archer, and they have to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Is this a charm effect?
It is not. It is a frighten effect.
Okay. They don't have resistance to fear. They do have
Good.
resistance to charms.
I was slightly
Oh.
worried about the fear thing.
Okay. 13.
Does
13 does not
save.
succeed. So he
So-
is enspelled or
It is
he's
filled.
hallucinating.
With like that terror of when you are deep in the woods and you suddenly feel like there is something watching you. Something is watching you. Something might even be hunting you, and you don't know what it is. He's not in the woods, but he's full of that feeling. So now, can't tell friend from foe. Everything is an enemy. And when he takes damage, he can repeat his saving throw. But good luck. It's a really bad saving throw.
And his intelligence save is not very high. Okay. So that was Cecilia. Are you going to do anything else?
I don't have anything else to do.
You have to sustain that spell.
It is a concentration.
Okay.
So I can't
Good
do
to know.
anything while I'm doing that thing.
Right. Caliph. Well, you can Eldritch Blast and stuff. Just
But-
you
no,
can't
yeah,
cast
yeah.
another concentration.
I can't banish on top of it.
Right. Caliph.
If I move out of range of the spike chain guy who gets an attack against me?
Theoretically, yes.
All right. Let's try vampiric touching him first.
Nice.
Now, I should point out that the spike chain guy, which according to chat is his street name, spike chain guy is not actually adjacent to you. He is 5 feet away from you because his chain has reach. But he is still threatening you. So if you stepped out of that range, he would still attack you. All right. So you step up to do your vampire touch. In Spike Chain Guy's head, there's like this werewolf, like an elven werewolf that is lunging for him.
Actually, let's just hold person him.
Oh, okay.
That is a wisdom saving throw.
All right. 14.
Fail.
Oh.
Ha! He is paralyzed.
And now I'm gonna move away.
Yes.
He can't do anything about it.
So now he's surrounded by enemies and he can't move. You're really terrorizing the this particular drow. All right. Rogar's turn.
All right, lay it out for me. Like, what's
So there are the 3 dwarves, one of whom seems to be mostly healed.
Right.
One of whom is 2 of whom are at half hit points. And then your friends have all gone into the cave.
And you heard what sounded like a winged elf's cry of pain. From
Oh no.
So Caleb is grievously wounded. All right. Well, and especially having recently, like, healed her and stuff, there's sort of a connection between us. I think at this point, I feel Caleb's distress and pain. So I will. So and the 3 dwarves I already healed, right? Those are the ones you're referring to, the ones I healed previously.
Well, they're at half hit points. 2 of them are at half
right.
hit points.
Right.
One of them is mostly healed because Diesel followed up and did more healing on him.
That ball bag. All right, so let's see. Trying to think of the most. All right. I'm trying to get the most bang for my buck here. Right, so I'll do. I'll charge in to find Caliph. Where's the scream of pain that I heard?
Okay.
And
on your stubby little dwarf legs?
No, my perfectly sized dwarf legs.
All right, you make it most
you have
of
those
the
things that,
way.
like, you trip all over yourself with your lanky legs.
You make it most of the way down the tunnel, and because Caliph had moved away, she is now partly in the tunnel, and so you come upon Caliph basically at the end of your movement.
Okay. And I'll run up to her, and I'll lay my hands on her, and because damned if we came all this way to heal her wings, and then we're going to let her die besides. And I'll cure wounds, but like we'll say we'll do third level, and
cure wounds with a 3rd level slot.
Aye.
Right.
So that'll be 3d8. Not bad. 13 and 17 plus 17 plus 4 plus 3. So 24. 24 hit points. I heal her.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Sharindar's light
Like a teddy bear.
shimmers over her, glistening for a brief moment.
Life energy flows through you.
You feel like
refreshed.
in the chill of the cave, you feel a brief warmth, as if like the first sunlight of spring.
Stong.
Okay. Do I see any objects near me that I could throw?
There are several floating through the air near you.
Oh, I see. So because animate objects actually only takes a bonus action, I get to use my full attack. So
Yeah.
of the threats, can I engage the mage?
You can't see the mage.
Oh, darn it. Okay. Which one is the closest to me?
The guy with the spike chain, who is just outside normal melee range with you.
Okay. I would like to engage with that person, and then I will also command my animate objects to attack the one the same.
Okay. He is held, and he is under the enemies abound thing.
I think cast it on an archer.
Oh, you cast it on an archer. Oh, sorry. I misunderstood.
I did change it in the middle of deciding what to do.
Okay, that's fine. So one of the archers is a little freaked out, and the chain guy is held.
I mean, that sounds like
do you want to attack him with your animate objects?
Okay, is there another one that's not held?
I mean, yes. There's the one archer who can't tell friend from foe, and there's one archer who is not affected at all.
One guy is just like, worst job ever.
Yeah, what's happening to my friends?
Yeah.
Okay, how far is that archer who is not CC'd or anything from me?
That archer is about 20, 25 feet away from you.
20 or 25? Okay.
Yeah. I do want to point out that while a creature is paralyzed, any attack that hits it is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
Oh,
I just want to point that out to you.
I mean, this sounds great. I mean, let's just go with the chain guy.
That guy is paralyzed.
Oh, let's just go with this chain guy then. So Stong's gonna slowly walk up to him and like kind of crack his knuckles like this.
The spike chain wielding drow is staring at you with big all white eyes.
So he is going to make his first hit with his just his fists.
Okay. One attack.
So if he's held, do I get advantage?
Yes.
Oh, does he just have less AC?
No, you get advantage to attack him.
Does a 25 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So then that is going to.
Feel bad for this guy just a little bit, but not.
Yeah. That's gonna be
critical hit.
Yeah.
Remember how we calculate critical damage?
Okay, that's gonna be 11 damage because it's just a punch.
Okay.
And then he's gonna hit him again.
Okay.
Is a 22 hit?
Yes.
That is going to be
11
more
again.
damage. Yeah. So, I just created an action to use my animate objects.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if it's going to be overkill to have them all attack this guy, but let's just go. 10 attacks. Let's go.
Yeah.
You can have them attack one by one until
He falls over.
falls
let's do
over.
it. Yes.
Oh my god.
Or maybe he'll never fall over because the magic is holding him there.
Oh man.
Oh, that's
Just be
gruesome.
hamburger, standing hamburger.
All right. So the scales fly toward his face. Go ahead and roll.
17.
17 will hit. Yes. Oh no, sorry. AC 18.
Okay.
So the scales narrowly miss.
Oh man, another 17. That's 2. This one looks good. 27.
That hits. I told you what his AC is.
Yeah. So that is going to be 11 damage. Oh man, the 11s.
Remember that these are critical hits because he's Carlos.
Man, yeah, they miss. So the tiny daggers only do 1d4 plus 4. Which still, I'll take that. 10 of those. Does a 23 hit?
Yes.
That's going to be 9 damage.
Okay.
Okay, 26. That is going to be 9 more damage.
So, just to clarify how we calculate critical hits on this show, it does max damage for the attack plus an additional die roll. So, how much damage do your animated objects do?
They do 1d4 plus 4 normally.
Okay. So, it's 8 plus 1d4, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure.
Yep. So that's going to be
Okay.
another 9 damage.
Okay.
3 more.
Yep.
21 to
1,000
hit.
cuts.
Yeah. All of these mundane objects slowly bonking him like over and over. Okay, so that is going to be 11 damage.
Uh-huh.
Ah, that one misses. And final one.
So just these
22.
tools are just slamming into him.
11 damage.
Okay. That last one slams into his face with enough force to crack his neck. Like you can hear it break, but the spell is still holding him there.
Oh.
I plug
So his head
Mirabelle's
is bent
ears.
to the side.
Oh, you brought Maribel.
Of course you brought Mirabelle.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, Mirabelle's going like,
Oh gosh.
okay.
In her frilly dress. Is she still wearing her frilly dress?
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course.
It's the only thing she has to wear. All right. It is Diesel's turn. Diesel's like, you wait for me, you ball bag. He goes rushing into the corridor.
He's the worst. So question, like the 3 phases of the Cleric-Off. The first one is healing. The second one, and I know one of them's like a verse off, or knowing our
Reach off.
tech. Is the second one like a battle off, like a power off?
You're not sure.
Okay, because I feel like Rogar at this point would be like, I'm clearly so far ahead of you on the healing. I'd really like to sort of like move on to the next phase here and kick some drow ass if we can.
He says, the competition's not over, you ball bag.
You could just like
Okay.
hit some drow and then heal them.
Yeah.
Bring them to justice.
True.
Okay. Artemisia, your turn.
So she's interested in casting Storm Sphere. So that's 20 foot
Okay.
radius, and she can do it within 150 feet.
Okay.
And so
I don't have
what
any
I'm,
idea
You
how
fill
big
up
the cave is.
most of the cavern with your storm sphere. You
what
can
I'm hoping
avoid
is
hitting your friends. That's possible.
okay, yes, not hitting my friend.
All right. So this massive sphere of crackling energy appears just in front of Stong. Like the frozen drow is inside the sphere.
Oh, poor guy.
He's dead though, right? I mean, it's it's just different. He's not terrified. He's just having his corpse desecrated.
Oh.
Still not great. But different.
When it appears and anyone's that's inside it, strength saving throw, or bludgeoning damage.
Chat has pointed out if you
And
catch
what-
us in the storm sphere, we will. Rogar will have more things to heal.
Okay. So all right. So the crossbowman with the enemies abound failed that save. The other one made it. And
So
the
that's
mage, because obviously the mage is in that effect as well. Also failed.
so 5 points of damage each.
Okay.
And then bonus action, she can do a lightning bolt. So it comes from the center of this sphere, the lightning bolt comes out. It goes like, and she's going to do it to one of the crossbow ones, whichever is closer. And that is a ranged attack with advantage. And so that is 27.
That hits.
Okay. So that is 18 points of lightning damage.
Oof. All right.
Is a little
Lightning bolt zaps that particular drow. Staggers a little bit. Okay. Round 3. Sturge. You are sort of hiding there behind a pillar.
And
I would like you to roll a d20 to determine if Artemisia accidentally caught you in the storm sphere or not.
Okay. Oh, I rolled a 1.
You rolled a. You are definitely inside the storm.
Oh no!
Make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, that's
your strength, right?
That's my weak spot.
Your strength is your weakness, yeah.
Yeah, I got 6.
Okay, you took 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it's difficult terrain if
And
you're
it's
wanting to
difficult
move
terrain.
around in it.
But I'm right in the edge, I assume.
You're right on the edge, yeah.
Okay. Can I see anything ahead of me, or is this storm like opaque?
Rhiannon, is the storm sphere opaque?
No, it's not opaque, but it's a little hard to see through it, but it's like it's not clouds or smoke or anything. It's like blinding rain and the psh, psh for the lightning.
Okay.
You have to squint, but no concealment.
Can I see any enemies?
Yeah, you can see the 2 drow crossbow wielders, and you can see the still held drow warrior whose body is being battered in various ways that a body should not be bending.
Oh no!
Out of curiosity, does the driving rain happen to illuminate somebody who's invisible? Just, for an example.
Make a perception check. Sturge.
In fact, yeah, I was going to say he's going to. Okay, but 12.
And you don't see anything that might be an invisible person.
So I don't hear. Okay.
It's a reasonable question.
Yeah. So how far away are the archers from storm?
They're about 25 feet from you.
And are they in the storm?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't hit the one I made into a temporary ally. Sort of.
So
the one you made into a wild card.
Yeah, basically.
The good news is the storm would give him some concealment as he stealthed his way over there to cut one down.
Theoretically.
Okay. Well,
you want to try and hide? Now remember, it's difficult terrain, which means that it slows you down considerably.
In that case, he's going to whip out the wand of magic missiles and light up the one that.
I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
14 again.
You attempt to whip out the wand of magic missiles and instead find yourself only holding the sword and staggering into the difficult terrain of the storm sphere.
Okay. Well,
Shiverash is just throwing a constant tantrum here.
Shiverash forces you to use your dash action to get all the way up to one of the crossbow archers.
Stalin's gonna whisper to Mirabelle, "Sturge is so heroic today."
It's more like, oh!
Neither rain nor snow nor sleet nor lightning nor storm sphere will stop me from my appointed duty.
All right, so he's gonna
to deliver this pain.
Nice.
Shout out to the U.S. Postal Service, despite the troubles.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, he's gonna booming blade and stick the purple dragon right in this guy.
All right.
Does he manage to get any kind of? No, he's dashing.
No, you're not hidden or anything.
Oh, 29 to hit.
Nice.
15 slashing damage. Are there little objects flying around or no?
I mean, yes.
So
you're in a swirling chaos of.
I mean, do I get sneak attack?
Oh yeah. Stung didn't direct the animated objects to come over to these.
Okay.
Question: If he's attacking the one that doesn't have enemies abound, does the other one count as a different opponent?
It would, in theory. However, let's see.
If you attack the wrong one, I swear to God.
I'm gonna roll it randomly because he can't really tell necessarily which one is the right one to attack.
I zapped a thing at him. Weren't you paying attention?
Okay, you do attack the one that does not have enemies abound.
Oh, very
which
nice.
means
Very
that
nice.
the enemy abound, the crosswoman standing next to him, counts as an ally.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Like
Nice.
sufficient to distract him.
I like it.
Okay, so
He's like, why are you staring at me like that? Ow!
29 damage total.
Oh my
Damn.
God.
Nice.
Plus, he's sheathed in thunderous energy that's making his skin itch.
All right. So you did 4 additional damage over what you told
Oh.
me before?
15
You did 14 additional damage
Plus
over what you told me
14,
before.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, those
All
are
right.
good rolls. I got some good rolls on that.
Jeez. Okay. So the drow warrior who is held continues to contort, being forced into compromising positions by the storm sphere.
I cannot believe this person is still alive.
So did I take
Oh,
damage
he's
from-
not. His
You
dead
snapped his
body
Oh,
neck.
I see.
is
That's why
floating
I was
there.
like, what?
Okay. Did I take
Okay.
damage from the storm sphere when I passed through it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Is it, or do I have to start or end my
A good
turn?
question for Rhiannon.
So each creature in the sphere, when it appears or they end their turn in it.
Okay, so you ended your turn here.
I would like to have ended it outside the
Now,
sphere.
you didn't have enough movement for that. You're now at basically the heart of the sphere.
Okay. What the hell? Okay. Damage. How much damage?
She's calculating.
Oh, 6 damage. Okay.
Oh.
That's not too bad, right?
I'm down at 21 hits. Yeah, I'm okay. I got this. I'm about to go berserk, and then I'll just have all of my hit points back.
All right. The drow with enemy abound can't tell friend from foe. So, okay, I'm going to roll a d8. I'll just determine who he attacks.
I assure you, I am a drow also, he says in Undercommon.
I feel like the odds aren't great for us right now.
Fires his crossbow at Rogar,
Oh,
of all people. He goes, ha, 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 phew. He got a 10, so that misses. It just plinks off Rogar's armor. Or actually, it just hits the cave wall next to Rogar. It doesn't come anywhere close to hitting him.
And by revised Eastern Rift rules, we subtract the amount of damage that bolt might have caused someone. I healed because I basically saved someone that damage. No.
Although it would have been funny if the dart hit you and knocked you unconscious, and then Diesel became their core healer.
Oh, no!
Oh.
I don't
I
agree
mean-
with that.
Yang Yang would
Now,
figure
what
out
if-
some way to knock out Diesel.
That would have
Talk about
been
it.
very, very funny. Okay, so the other drow crossbow person is going to. He's going to pull out his 2 short swords and try and stab Sturge. So here we go.
Sturge, Chad asks how much health you have left.
21 hit points. Thank you, chat.
Are you keeping track of your health on D&D Beyond?
No, I use Roll20.
Okay, so you took a hit of
Wait,
AC
wait,
15.
wait,
Does that
wait.
hit?
No.
Okay. Here's the other one.
Okay.
That one is a crit, however.
Oh,
What?
damn it.
Oh, no.
I could have foreseen that.
Yeah, you could have.
But also,
But you didn't.
crit.
Ouch.
Crit.
Ouch.
That's going to be bad. I'm going to have to cunning evasion or whatever it's called, dodging action.
Cunning dodging
38
action
points of
evasion.
damage.
How much?
38 points of
Oh,
damage.
goodbye.
No. Cunning.
Uncanny dodge?
Yes, that.
All right.
Welcome back.
So that is reduced to 19 hit points of damage.
I got
Oh,
3
my
left,
God.
sucker.
You said you were at 21.
Oh,
I believe that puts you at 2.
Rogar,
Yep,
there's so many
that's
for you to
two.
deal with.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
say
can
I
do
have
that.
not said this is not the math stream, but it's happened like 3 times now.
Yeah.
So
I gotta keep Steven honest. He's like, I can do math, and he's always
none of
wrong.
us can do math. That's why we're writers.
Exactly.
Ooh. Emily and
Yeah.
I are like, our parents are not watching, right?
Oh man, when I graduated from high school, I promised myself I'd never take another math class again, and I never did.
I took
That is-
advanced calculus in college. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, fine. It's fine. I'm not a nerd. Okay. So
You're safe here. It's okay.
This is a safe
Um,
space.
so the storm sphere. What does the storm sphere look like, Rhiannon?
So within it, it's got the driving rain, and it's also got the smell of like just before the lightning hits. So the lightning, it's not,
Oh, nice.
it's sort of like a little bit of fizzle in the air, like it's crackling with the static electricity, and no like bolts right at the moment. But it's just all like the potential of it, like the driving rain and the smell of the crackle of the electricity in the air.
Okay. So picture that. And then the driving rain turns poisonous and acidic.
Oh.
Yellow-green mist spreads through the chamber.
Sturge. No.
Okay. Cecilia,
Yes.
you okay? The cloud actually expands beyond the storm sphere to
Okay.
where you are standing.
Okay.
Since you are starting your turn in the cloud, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Good lordy. Constitution. Do you have a good con?
15. Okay, but not great.
15.
That's
Okay.
all right.
So you manage to take a deep breath before the fumes get to you.
That's good.
So you do not suffer the full effect.
I feel like in real life I need to hold my breath. Where's the wizard? Can I see?
Yeah, I gotta find this wizard.
Amidst the poison smoke and the rain and such, can I see anybody who's being invisible?
You could make a perception check. Okay, you take 9 points of poison damage.
Jeez.
Thank you. Oh,
Ah.
wrong button.
These drow and their stinky clouds.
I have a 15 for perception.
You got a 15?
Mhm.
Yeah, you saw kind of like a moving figure, like faint distortion of movement heading down a corridor deeper inside.
Oh, how far away is it?
Before it was actually your turn, because he moved before the end of your turn. He went out of sight down this
Okay.
tunnel. Yeah, I know. He left this cloud
torn.
hill and then he
I'm
ran.
sort of torn between chasing it and not doing that.
Well, it is on the other side of the storm sphere.
Oh.
Misty Step could take you a long way through the storm sphere, but it is a 20-foot radius.
Misty Step can take me.
I believe it's 30 feet.
You're right. It's 30 feet. Misty
Okay.
Escape is the farther one.
Right.
Oh, you just took a little bit of damage, right?
I did. I did.
Does Misty Escape when you're hit by an attack or when you take damage?
That's the question.
Yeah. Okay.
You could also yell at Artemisia to like take her down.
Oh, that's Misty. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask her.
Drop it. Drop it.
Yeah, or to have her zap you for like minor damage.
When you take damage. So I could.
So you could do
take
that
the
if you
damage.
wanted to.
Does this feel Cecilia-y? I do really hate when people hurt me. Does it look like a kind of tunnel where it's like gonna go and I'm not gonna be able to hit this guy on the side?
Looks like it was going down.
Kind of straight down?
Yeah, straight down. just sheer
But
tunnel.
like not like a wiggly tunnel.
No, like steady downward and turning slightly. Yeah.
All right.
You're gonna teleport through?
Teleport
All right.
through. Misty Escape.
Nice.
You appear on
Okay.
the other side. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
you're
take 'em
invisible,
out.
right? Isn't that how it
Yes.
works?
I am invisible when I land. Before I go, I'm gonna
Oh, nice.
say like I see him to Artemisia because you're standing next to me, right?
All right, so
And-
you caught your breath. You're like, I see him.
Yes.
Right.
Bounce the other side. Okay, and then
You
with
don't
that,
actually see where Cecilia went because she's invisible. But she did shout that to you.
okay, and I get there. I move into the tunnel. Can I see him?
Yeah, we'll say you can see that he's still invisible technically,
Uh-huh.
but you could see like the footprints that he's leaving and
Okay.
the water still dripping off of his invisible form.
Oh, my Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that one is a 27.
Well, that hits.
I'll just go ahead and roll the other one too. That one is a 24.
Okay. Those both hit.
So the first one does 11 damage. The second one does 6.
Okay.
Hopefully this isn't how I die.
All right.
No.
You blasted him.
Running after a drow mage all alone. Having given not great directions.
Does he
as
have
where
to
I'm
make
going.
a
You can do it. I believe in you.
constitution? Does he need to make a constitution check to maintain that cloud?
Concentration.
He does
Ooh.
have to make a constitution save to maintain his concentration. Let's see what happens.
They've done something useful.
Okay. When you blasted him with the Eldritch Blast, he did reappear.
Okay.
Nice.
So his illusion is shattered. The cloud kill does not go away because it
Dang
is not a concentration spell.
Ah!
Invisibility was
I
though.
know
So
the
it's good.
invisibility was though. So that was
It's
good.
good.
All right. Kalith, you are starting in the cloud kill. I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
I like the directness of the name Cloud Kill.
Yeah.
Question: what does this do? It's Cloud. It kills
Kills
you.
clouds.
Okay, fair point.
What is it, a 16?
16. That's a success. You
Nice.
take 6 poison damage.
Oh, yay, only 6.
So you only inhaled a little bit of it.
Do I see the guy appear?
No, he's down the tunnel.
Okay. So right now, there's still the... Oh, the corpse is near me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kalis.
Oh.
Amakir, what are you going to do?
it.
Animate dead and then send him to grapple and hold the remaining, the archer,
Oh, excellent.
the one who's been damaged the least.
So you're gonna what?
Animate dead.
Okay.
Animate
You
dead.
cast Animate Dead.
Oh man.
All right. The dead drow warrior, which is no longer held because you dropped that spell, I guess, right? Well, first of all, he collapses mostly bonelessly to the ground. And then you cast your spell, and he rises back up, moving awkwardly because his bones are shattered.
Your friend.
Oh,
He goes over and makes a grapple attack on the crossman. So there are two crossbow
Nice.
wielders. Which one are you doing? The one who's panicking,
The other
or
one.
the other one? Okay, the other one. All right, so he lunges for that crossbow wielder who has now drawn his sword. So there's one fighting Sturge with swords and one with a crossbow. He lunges for the sword wielder, does not hit. The sword wielder does not seem to be startled.
Oh,
It
interesting.
just kind of, just keeps going. Like, I just
Stone cold.
ducked that easy and then just still fighting with Sturge. It's horrifying, though. I want you to have full credit for how horrifying that was. All right. Rogar, your turn.
Right.
You are starting in the cloud kill. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I
Boy, really quick. I will
16.
16 is a success.
Whoa. Okay.
So you take. Oh, you got a much deeper breath of it. Although you are a dwarf, so you're able to kind of repel some of it. Remember that you have, I think, resistance to poison damage, so that's going to come into play. 26. Okay, so you take 13 poison damage, which, if you have resistance, means you take 6 poison damage.
All right. Smells like all right, Diesel, you don't need to fart. All right, so I obviously Sturge is like barely on his feet. He's got like 2 hit points, I think. Yeah.
He is definitely inside the cloud.
Right. So I am going to do Cure Wounds at 4th level on him.
You're going to move to Sturge.
I moved to Sturge. I rushed
through the difficult terrain of the storm sphere.
Got one arranged.
What's that?
Got a ranged healing spell?
You cannot get to Sturge with your movement through the storm sphere.
All right.
Ooh.
I'll do
Not
If you
in one
wanted
move
to,
anyway.
to ready for if something was to happen to the storm sphere. Just saying.
Aye. All right. So set the scene. Who we got? Sword fighting drow. We've got the crossbow drow. We've got the mage drow.
Mage drow is down the tunnel being pursued by Cecilia. The crossbow wielder doesn't know friend from foe.
Aye. We've got a sword wielding
There's
one
a sword wielding drow who's fighting Sturge.
and a boneless zombie drow trying.
And a boneless zombie drow flailing away at the sword fighting drow.
Okay, and then in terms of the party, and everyone
This is a
looks
Bob Salvatore fight right here.
fairly
Flail.
well, except for Sturge, right? Sturge is the only one who looks like direly in need of healing.
Well,
Yeah.
the boneless drow warrior probably could have used healing or better.
Aye, that's true. All right, then I will do.
Life is tough for a drow. Anyway,
It is. All right, I'll just do the healing word on
Okay.
Sturge, which is haven't had to do a die 4 in a while. All right. Three plus it was 4 plus 7. So he gets 10 points back. Although,
Okay.
so again though, like I guess all of the drow are close by allies in one way or another, aren't they? And they're kind of spread out. They're not conveniently clumped together, are they, at this point?
well, the two drow that are still alive are kind of near each other.
But they're also near Sturge, eh?
Yeah.
You know,
Are you gonna heal by doing damage? Is that what you're thinking?
I was thinking maybe, rather than because 10 points is not, that's like the way that they're damaging, he's still going to just go down in one blow with 10 points. So I think instead, if I can change my mind on that, I think I'm going to do bloody flame strike on those two bastards.
Okay.
And target it so that basically, it catches
the healing
them
happen or not?
Is that going to happen?
Well, did the healing happen or not?
I'll say no.
Okay, the healing did not happen. See, I got to change the scorecard.
I know, I'm sorry. But I'm still, I think, well in the lead. So I'm just going to flame strike the bastards. And I go to I haven't used this before. So I go to do I'm just going to sacred flame one of them, the one near Sturge. But the power of Sharindlar just really flows through me. This is a new spell I haven't really experienced before.
That was a great spell when I was a kid. That's like all we did was flame strikes.
It is a great spell. It's true.
The party of clerics, nothing but flame strikes are around. All right. Whatever works.
Just column of fire.
So they do, let's see, 11, 12, 13 fire and let's see, that's 19, 15 radiant. So 13 fire, 15 radiant damage.
Nice.
They do dex save to take half.
Okay, one of them succeeded. So how much damage did you say total?
It was 13 fire and 15 radiant, I believe.
Okay. So
So
28
total
damage.
28.
Oof. Okay.
So I go up to cast a spell, and light fills me. Light shoots out of my eyes, after my hands, and a column of fire just on them, and I lights the wee bastards up.
Oh, where'd that come from? Calith? Cecilia? Artemisia?
No one does fire in our group.
Diesel has two reactions. The first one is, wow, what be that, laddie? And the second one be, that be disqualifying.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
not to do damage when you're doing the heal off. The high priestess be hearing about this.
A heal off. I saved Sturge's life. I think that's the greatest healing of all.
Yeah, preventative damage by doing damage. The best defense is a good offense.
Yeah.
Diesel
new
shakes his
healer
head looking
mantra.
disapprovingly.
East Rift rules.
Stong, your turn. You start in the cloud. Make a Constitution save.
I see. Oh, please be good. 15? That's okay. That's pretty
15
good.
is sufficient.
Oh, good.
So you take only 12 poison damage.
Oh, only 12. Oh, good lord. Okay.
You're coughing.
Oh, God. We need to find this mage.
Mirabelle looks up at you and she pats at your chin. She doesn't seem to be bothered by the cloud kill at all.
Oh, good.
Daddy.
I'm gonna whisper to Mirabelle, which one should we go after next?
She goes, Aunt Cece.
Oh, okay. He's gonna sick his flying objects on the drow with the two swords first.
Okay.
And I went to an online dice roller and set this up, so it should be a little bit faster this time around. So, what did you say their AC was? And I'll tell you how many hit. I just rolled 10. 18. So that's 1, 2. Oh, drat. That's only 2 hits. All right. And that will be 2 hits for...
Now, these are not automatic crits. These are just normal attacks.
That's 15 damage total.
All right, that drow goes down.
Oh, wow.
Like a mining hammer hits him in the side of the knee and he staggers, and then that scale comes for his face and just boom, and it goes down. Leaving just the one confused drow.
This
Who's
time
shouting in Undercommon? So what could potentially break this effect, Cecilia?
If I drop my concentration.
If you drop your concentration, or if
he gets hit,
if he
he
takes
has to make a
damage,
save again.
right?
Yeah, if he takes damage, he has to make another save.
Actually, I need to make a concentration also for the objects.
Right.
That is a 17.
Okay, that's a success.
Okay.
Okay. Diesel's turn. Diesel is starting in the cloud.
Oh, that was just my bonus action, Eric.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll just go ahead and roll for Diesel. You tell me what you do with your full action.
Okay. I just pursue Cecilia. I run through the cloud or the storm sphere. Oh, but if I see Sturge, I would stop at Sturge.
Sturge is there. Sturge looks very, very damaged.
Okay.
His eyes are probably really wide.
Did you just step into the sphere? You did, right?
Whichever direction Cecilia is going, Stong would just go.
Or did you start in the sphere? I think you started in the sphere.
Okay.
Okay.
What do I need to roll?
Are you gonna cast a healing spell on Sturge or something? Because it only took you your movement to get up to Sturge.
Yeah, so I wanted to use my bonus action first so that I could use my regular action to polymorph him.
Polymorph Sturge.
I'm going to polymorph Sturge, and I'm hoping that he is willing.
Okay.
What?
Sturge,
What?
make a wisdom saving throw, please.
It's gonna be so interesting.
Heck yeah, I'm willing.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Yes, I know. 20.
Oh, nice.
Okay. The sword clearly does not want you to do this.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be the case.
But you were able to fight off its will.
Darn. So what do I become?
Has Sturge and Stong ever had a conversation about animals, and like has Sturge ever expressed admiration for any animal?
Yes. He's
Okay.
expressed admiration for the mule.
Okay. Okay.
Try and move this along because I'm
man.
trying to get us to take a break, but
my God.
just
He's also expressed admiration for the magpie.
Okay, a mule in a storm sphere or a magpie. Okay, so Stong remembers this, but he's also like, oh, Sturge is like really hurt, so maybe he needs something a little chunkier. So he's gonna turn.
He praised you for your mammoth. That was cool.
Okay, he'll turn you into a mammoth,
Okay.
and you're gonna be like massive.
Has a big nose.
so
It
you
does.
turn him into a woolly mammoth.
Yes.
Okay, well, the woolly mammoth is much larger than Sturge is normally.
Mhm.
So what happens is, in order to accommodate the space required for the mammoth pushes several of you back toward the corridor leading into the cavern. So Stong and Calith and Artemisia and Rogar, you all get pushed back toward the corridor entrance.
Towards Cecilia?
Oh no!
No,
away
not
from me.
towards Cecilia.
Oh,
Away
no.
from
Oh,
Cecilia.
Oh no! You've left me alone.
I
And
can
now there's this
die.
giant mammoth in the way.
You could do
dimension
it.
door to you.
How big
Oh
is
yeah,
this
there you go.
passage? I forget.
Well, the corridor, the
I don't think it's
cavern
big enough for a
itself
mammoth.
is 60 feet in diameter,
Okay.
and it is about 12 feet high, meaning that you are up against the roof
Okay.
of the cavern,
Okay.
and you
also
are
not the
basically
geometry
stuck there.
But I have a lot of hit points, right?
Do you have a lot of hit
That's
points?
true. You do have a lot of
Nice.
hit points.
And do I have the sword in my trunk?
No.
So all your items, all
The
your
sword
equipment.
actually falls onto the ground next to you,
Clang.
but otherwise, all of your equipment is absorbed into your new form.
Hmm. Okay.
What are you gonna do
Sharash
with
is
all
not
that
going to
junk-
participate
all
in
that
this.
junk in your trunk?
Okay. So that's the end of Yang Yang's turn.
Yes.
And then there was the other guy's turn, that guy, the Diesel.
Took some poison damage, not a lot.
And did he it's his turn now, right?
Yeah. See, he was going to heal Sturge, and now he can't because Sturge is a woolly mammoth.
Warded.
So instead, he is going to heal Stong. He comes up and touches Stong. So Stong, you feel this hand on your arm, and
Can I resist?
Sharindlar's light be in you.
Can I resist? Can I roll a save?
Really?
No. Okay, fine.
Okay.
There's no such thing. I would try though. Like,
He heals you for 10 hit points.
keep these wounds open so that
This
Rogar
guy's
can
a
heal.
rookie.
I kind of felt like Rogar healing you.
Oh.
Right. Okay. Artemisia's turn. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get us to the break, but this battle won't end.
Yeah.
Boy, well, okay.
So there's a woolly mammoth in between you
Yeah,
and the corridor down which your
Stormsphere-
sister disappeared.
dropped.
Okay, the storm sphere vanishes.
And have I been pushed by the mammoth out of the gas?
Yep, you're in the corridor. Oh no, the gas is still all around you. So you did
Okay.
start in the gas. So
man.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 10.
Great. You take 20 points of poison damage.
Wow!
Squeeze.
Holy cow.
The full effect.
Okay. So she's gonna dispel magic if she can, because
Oh,
it
nice.
says I can dispel magic on an effect. So she's
Mhm.
gonna do it on the Killer Cloud.
Okay. I think you're going to need to make a spellcaster check. I'm just going to look it up real fast.
Yeah. DC 10 plus the spells level.
Okay, go ahead and make your check.
20. Dirty 20.
All right, you succeeded.
Nice.
The cloud kill dissipates, just winks out of existence, leaving you now facing the very woolly side of a woolly mammoth in this chamber.
Next turn, Dimension Door.
Okay, and that is when we'll take our break. So
Oh, nice.
come back to find out what happened with the drow who was pursued into the depths. Come back to see the next part of the Cleric-Off. And also, Randy and I are going to be talking a little bit about about dwarf culture in the interview +1 in just a couple of minutes. So don't go away. Ellen, well met. We're back with our interview +1, and joining me is Randy Henderson, the voice and talent behind Rogar Battlebairn,
Rogar.
the dwarf cleric of the Westgate Irregulars. And Randy is going to tell us about some of the dwarven culture and stuff about the outposts and just all of this great stuff that goes into Rogar's backstory. So why don't you take it away, Randy, and I will fill in questions when I feel like you need prompting or challenging.
Which maybe never. Right. So that's so as I've mentioned before, I'd never played a dwarf or a cleric before. So I really dove in seriously into the dwarf thing, and when I was researching the dwarves, there's not a lot about the gold dwarfs, especially. There's a lot more about the shield dwarves, but even not a lot about that. So Dwarves Deep by Ed Greenwood, obviously prime resource, but that's second edition. And then there's this, which came out for third edition. Ed Greenwood, Bruce Cordell, Chris Sims, and there's like one page, I think, or maybe a page and a half about Gold Dwarf culture, how it was affected and changed during the spell plague, and but not a lot of information.
So this is research from numerous sources.
Yeah, so I looked I looked as broadly and deeply as I could, and that's pretty much it. There's really not a lot out there on the Gold Dwarfs. There's stuff out on the wikis a little bit, stuff that's kind of been gleaned. So anyway, as Eric can tell you, when we were going out to this outpost, I basically wrote up a campaign guide for it.
You really did. It's like 30 pages long. It's amazing.
Yeah, so it really dove into like the dwarf culture and everything, which I hope to like put out on the DM's Guild at some point, or maybe just put out there. But so like in my mind, the gold dwarfs, the thing about the gold dwarfs is they saw themselves as superior to the shield dwarfs, right? They had this single home and culture that had survived thousands and thousands of years, while the shield doors were all over the place and their strongholds rose and fell, and they're a bunch of adventurers, and but the gold dwarves, they had this long enduring culture of tradition and family and clan, and these long established cities. And then the spell plague comes along and basically squashes them, right? They were, I estimated around 1.5 million. And then afterwards, I'm guessing they were down to about 150,000 in terms of population. Because if you take all of the populations of their different cities that were in the Deep Realm, and then imagine most of those got ground and squashed in the Great Cataclysm, the spell plague, and everything just got wiped out. And then the drow came in, and then they had their Underhome, which was the seat of their culture as well, where they had like this I forget what it's called, the Vault of Mutterings or something like that, where they stored all of their traditional knowledge. And then that got overrun by the drow, so they lost access to that. You imagine that all the dwarf masters. I almost am tempted to say they've lost the art of working mithril, because when you think about it, all of these masters and stuff, these secrets that are handed down dwarf to dwarf, if 9/10 of their population has been wiped out, that's a lot of knowledge that's been lost and a lot of skills that have been lost as well. So I don't know, but so how does that affect them? Where are they now as a culture and as a people? And that was kind of an interesting question to me.
So that kind of leads into the stuff that you're doing with Sharindlar, who up until this point, up until our campaign, is kind of a minor dwarven goddess who most people might not even have heard of. Why don't you tell us about what drew you to Sharindlar and how you kind of reconcile Sharindlar's faith with Rogar's story?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a lucky accident, or it's just because that's what I chose. But basically, I was looking at, I knew I had to be a dwarf cleric for our party, so I picked, and then you have to pick what domain of cleric do you want to be, and I chose a life cleric. And then so I was like, okay, well, who's the goddess of life for the dwarves? It's Sharindlar. And then
sensible, yeah.
And so that's why I picked her. But then when I started, okay, so who are the gold dwarves? Where do they live? What is their culture? What's happened in the spell plague? I couldn't find any information, so I started making all this stuff up.
Greenwood would be proud, yes.
Yeah. So in my mind, what has happened at a high level is that the gold dwarves have shifted in multiple ways: their culture, their politics, their religions. To they went from 1.5 million to 100,000, 150,000. Dwarves do not procreate well. They're long had a problem. They had the thunder blessing from Moradin way back, but that's long past. So they're very slow to reproduce. So reproduction, repopulating their people, has become a high priority, which is why Sharindlar has been elevated so much, because she's the goddess also of basically love and getting it on, and especially families and marriage and those kinds of things. So there's been shifts in focus in that way, but also I think shifts you had these 7 cities, right? Essentially, the Daunting, Fire Cavern, Rematter, Sundays, these different old dwarf cities in and around the Rift underground. And if they're all wiped out and all these refugees basically have flooded into Erthart, what is the new structure like? These cities had their own kings and queens and leaders. They each had their own sort of specialization and interests. So how does that all work when they're all just smushed together basically in Erthart, right? So I'm imagining a different government system, different and different way of structuring their society, as well as their need to rebuild, repopulate, fortify, protect themselves, and just come to reckoning with the fact that their entire cultural identity, the basis of it, has been wiped away. And twice, first comes the spell plague, wipes everything out. They start to rebuild, start to recover, and then the second Sundering comes along, which restores all of their underground kingdom physically, but doesn't restore cities, doesn't restore the people, right? So
the gold dwarves are facing an existential threat basically
Yes.
to their civilization.
Yeah. And I think that, and then, so they've got this outpost, they've reestablished this outpost in the Giants Run Mountains, which is in the same, it's near Shanatar, Deep Shanatar, and it's near where formerly there was the War of Golden Gloom between the Gold Doors and the Duergar. So they've reestablished this outpost. They've got a couple of other outposts, but there's a lot, because now the dwarves are so few in number, there's also a lot of splintering of factions between dwarves who believe they should all just basically pull in and fortify at Earthheart and rebuild their cultures in safety there, or should they go out and start, spread out and establish these outposts not only to bring in resources, but also in case another disaster happens in the Rift, that they're not all in one place to be wiped out, but that they have some chance of their culture surviving. And then there are ones who want to take advantage of these situations, and others who. So it's just I've kind of worked through all of this complex splintering of factions and goals and government as well. So protectionists versus purists versus.
Cool. Doug Meyer has a question from the chat. He's looking this take on things, which I think means that he's loving this take on things.
Thank you.
And his question was, any chance some survive but are totally cut off from the rest?
Yes. I think that likely happened. In fact, I mentioned the War of Gold and Gloom that happened, right? So there was this 100-year war between the Gold Doors and the Duergar in this area of the Giants Run nearby, where the Gold Doors were going to try and retake Deep Shanatar, and the Duergar weren't having it. And so there was this 100-year war going on between them. And in my mind, when the spell plague happened and all these shifts happened, I find it interesting, the possibility that a giant faction of these two armies got cut off underground together. And basically, they're stuck with this choice of just wiping each other out or working together. And 100 years pass where they're tunneling their way out and they're living together and they start to intermingle and interbreed. And I'm imagining a new faction of the Duergold dwarves that emerge from that.
The Duergold.
The Duergold dwarves. And are they? How will they be accepted? Are they accepted by either the Duergar or the Gold Dwarves? Or are they rejected and shunned by both? So I don't know. That's one example of kind of things that I've tested. But
fascinating.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're still waiting for one of our players to get back.
The one last thing I'll add, because it kind of plays into this.
Go ahead and add something.
While that one person is waiting, is the bleakness. So one thing I've thought of
is
the
bleakness. That's right.
Bleakness. A lot of these dwarves, because they've shifted so much of their focus to productivity rather than creativity and smithing and that kind of stuff.
You were seeing a little bit of that in the game, right? You saw the dwarves moving about their tasks kind of mechanically. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when you think about like how Foxconn had to put nets outside their building for the Apple iPod menu, people working on that sort of a thing, where some dwarves have started to just kind of wander off into the deep tunnels and never return. And so there's this larger crisis, existential crisis that's striking the Gold Dwarf population that threatens them. That is going to play, I think, somewhat into Rogar's purpose in life.
Excellent.
And that's where we'll leave that.
Well, thank you for that, Randy. To learn more about the dwarves, keep watching the stream because there's going to be more. And thank you for doing all that work, Randy. It will continue to pay off. Let's get back to the game whenever Yang Yang gives me the signal. Let me start casting the spell. Are we back? Are we back? We back? Yes. All right. Awesome.
I mean, we've been back. I was just seeing how long I get you to do that.
Thank you, Yang Yang. I appreciate that. All right. So we're actually going to skip forward at least a few moments. And the whole party is returned from the caverns, except for Cecilia. Don't worry, you're safe. You're gonna.
If I have to blast my way out of here, I will.
He finds her way to Gollum.
I know that because you ended the combat in a very interesting situation. You discover something extra that you wouldn't normally have seen. So
okay. Is it what the inside of a drow mage looks like after I chop it with my axe?
Well,
what color is it?
You do eventually come upon the drow mage who is limping away. He has not engaged with you to try and fend you off. A couple of times he used shield to repel your Eldritch Blast, but he's only defensive.
Oh, interesting.
And
it feels like a moral quandary. I hate those.
and you got down to like another cavern which is glowing with green
Why am I
light.
chasing this guy? I
And
must be very angry.
he's limping, bleeding all over the floor, and you're coming at him with your axe, and then you look into this cavern, and you see many drow and dwarves all wandering around, kind of shuffling around, their eyes completely white.
Oh, that's bad.
And at the center of the cave, you see a horrible, horrible thing. Now,
Zoidbergs.
up on the surface. Up on the surface. Diesel has been arguing with the High Priestess about your disqualifying healing from the encounter, Rogar. And the priestess is like not entirely convinced, but she calls this essentially a draw.
Oh, what was the score, just out of interest, on the healing?
Well, it was 43 to 26. But Diesel sufficiently argued that inflicting harm is negative points.
Oh, boo. Diesel the weasel.
Yes.
So the High Priestess says, well, I guess we're on to the next part of the Cleric-Off. And Diesel says, indeed, we shall be doing the quotations. And the High Priestess says, you mean the Psalms and the sayings? And Diesel says, yes, those. We shall be doing the verse-off. Or the verses, if you will.
Okay.
And Cecilia, you're going to show up about part of the way through this.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so.
I bring it.
Before this begins, Stong would like to just quickly pull Rogar to the side and give him a little bardic inspiration. He's going to whisper in his ear, this guy, definitely Diesel the Dingle Dangle. I'm going to write a song about him.
I appreciate that. Thank
You feel inspired by these words.
You're not going to sing a song about Diesel the Dingle Dingle.
I'm writing it.
Really, I really like how chat is speculating about what horror Cecilia just saw in the cave. Seldarine's like, it's the Elder Brain, and Doug's like, it's definitely a Lithids.
Oh god, the Elder Brain.
All right.
Well, Artemisia is not listening to the verse off. She's like sort of still watching.
Looking at the cave, waiting for Cecilia to show up.
Coming any minute now.
Nobody's gonna come after me.
Most of us would be doing that. But
yeah.
Well, okay. So you started to go after her, and then Cecilia appears, looking a little shaken up, not afraid.
Are my eyes normal?
Yeah, are her eyes normal?
Her eyes are indeed normal.
Okay.
Oh man.
But you've had a shock. Well, I'll reveal it after we start.
So I'm just so shaken, I can't tell.
A little bit. You're like,
I need a drink. I need a drink right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like, nope, no. I'm
gonna tell you right now, if it's rock vodka, I'm mad. Also, cave all this shit in right now.
Vodka on the rocks.
Yeah.
the dwarves do grow potatoes. You're fine.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
all right.
Rogar.
So,
by the way, that's D8, Rogar.
Okay, so I can add that to
like ability checks and saves. You could also add that to damage and attack rolls. Okay. I'm a Valor Bard, so you can add it to your damage.
Nice.
All right, so the High Priestess gathers all the priests of Sharindlar and some priests of Moradin as well to witness the verse-off, or the verses. And they're all standing around, and some of them are looking excited, and some of them are like, oh, really, this?
Right.
And Diesel turns to Rogar and he says, all right, I shall be going first. And ye shall be quoting from the tome of Albert Einstein Forger, specifically verse 5.
Oh, try something hard, why don't you? Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Now,
all right, folks start applauding.
That was easy.
Don't
even need to applaud that one.
Rogar.
Priestess is like, that one was pretty easy.
What am I, 6 years old here? All right.
Diesel puffs up his chest, super masculine posturing.
All right, Diesel, try this one. What is the chief guidance of Bob Marley Hammer?
That'd be simple, Rogar. You be loving the life you live, and you live the life you love.
Right. Okay, fair.
It's delightful.
Thought that would be a bit obscure for you, but good one. All right, your turn.
Also, his secondary advice is to don't worry and just be happy.
Don't worry, at least. I think McFerrin's.
There's some murmuring among the crowd.
Yeah.
And the second priestess is like, oh, Diesel is being so aggressive in his first verses. Okay. He says, well, then you be citing me the fifth law of William Shakespeare Thrower.
Oh. Right. Well, love all, trust a few, and do wrong to none.
The priests are like, yeah.
All right.
One of them says, that one's fair.
How about you give me the words of the Holy Mother, Dorothy Parkerstone, verse 29.
He puffs up his chest and he says, love is like quicksilver in the hand. Leave the fingers open and it stays. Clutch it and it darts away. The priest's like, yeah.
I honestly did not think he'd know any like female.
I'm whispering to the others. Oh, is this a contest?
Diesel smiles cruelly. Well, the dwarves seem to be getting into it.
They are very into it. I feel like I need a rule book.
Yeah, is the contest
great?
Do they need to win over the crowd, or is it like the judges, like the clerical?
I think
judges?
it's if one of them messes up. Yeah.
Oh,
seems like.
So
but
Diesel
Cecilia's
gets
not
this cruel little smile on his face, and he says, I'll be giving you a hard one then.
Right.
I want you to be citing me the wisdom of Cleric Morrissey Iron Shield, specifically the revised wisdom. And several of the priests are like, whoa. And it says, from verse 9. And several of them go,
I didn't like this one. All right.
in the way only priests do.
Happiness is nice, but happiness can stop you from doing all the things in life you'd like to. So ask Sharindlar, ask her, for it's not love. If it's not love, then it is duty that will keep us together.
So the dwarves go, so profound. And Runa, who is the second priestess, Sturge, you overhear her mumbling, like the revised edition is so inferior to the original. But no one else hears that, right? Because that's too much.
Fine. If you're going to go to that level, I would like for you to quote me Psalm 26, the oasis of Sharindlar's love.
So all the dwarves go like, oh, that's a big one. That's powerful and long. Diesel scrunches up his face, and he says, and all the roads that lead me here were winding, and all the lights that lit my way are blinding. There are many things I would love to say to you, but I don't know how. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my Sharindlar.
Oh, God.
And the dwarves are like, like moved by the beauty.
Oh man, can I roll something to throw up?
Constitution saving throw. Now you want to fail this save. Okay. All right.
I want to help my friend.
And Diesel says, well, then, Rogar Battlebairn, if ye be a good and loyal servant of Sharindlar, surely you can quote the full edict on dutiful love. And the priests like look around, and the high priestess is like, I'll allow it.
I'd rather not do.
The second priestess is like, I'm
know
not sure
it.
that's fair. It's a really long edict. And the first priestess is like, I'll allow it.
All right. Verily. I look around, is Ruin there? Do I see Ruin?
Well, you see Artemisia coming back with Cecilia, and there's like a little bird that has landed on Cecilia's shoulder.
Aye.
And the bird was like talking with Cecilia because, Cecilia can talk to birds, so it's not a big thing, right?
Aye.
But as they're approaching this scene, like the bird turns its attention to Rogar, and when Diesel makes this challenge, the bird hops down from Cecilia and starts to grow into Ruin.
Yeah, I'd really rather do a different verse if I can. I know
Diesel
this one.
says, so you'll be forfeiting the challenge.
No, I do not be forfeiting.
Then I'd be winning with 1.5 points. The high priestess says, yes, that is the rules.
Fine. I'll just look away. I don't look it through, and I say, verily, Moradin did not make every dwarf the same. He made male and female for a purpose, but at a purpose people lost sight of this, confusing other forms of love for its truest kind of bond.
So Ruan, standing near you, goes like,
Then came the great cataclysm, reminding us of what a gift the ability to produce children is, and to not turn away from or dishonor that gift.
Is that
enough?
No, you be finishing it.
I look to the high priestess. Is that enough?
She says, she looks at the second priestess, who is like really wan and unhappy. And then the first priestess says, well, I mean, it is, you should finish it. Show us that you know it. And Diesel's like, I finish it.
I hex him. I don't know what's going on. I just got here.
Yes, Cecilia, you may hex.
And I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. I'm starting to see shadows out of the corner of my eye. I know.
That's what he rolled on his saving throw.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Okay.
Did you hex him?
I was gonna hold back because I think that Rogar would actually be pretty mad. But at the same time, I want to hit something. And also he seems to be giving you a lot of hassle. I don't appreciate it. So I've threatened this enough. Maybe let's just hex him.
Ruin's like, hex him. He elbows you. He's like, do it.
While you're doing that, I'm starting to speak
Artemisia, make his head explode. You could do that, right?
A little bit too far, but I'm with you on the hexing.
I guess it just happens. I don't seem to have to make an attack.
What
and
does
he doesn't
a
have a
hex
save.
do?
He's cursed. I get to deal an extra. I give him extra 1d6 necrotic damage if I hit it with an attack. So if I walk by and punch him, his arm will start rotting off or something.
Yeah.
Also going to choose one ability. He has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability. What do we think? What are you guys using? Wisdom?
Wisdom or charisma?
Wisdom. Wisdom.
Let's make him have wisdom.
So all the priests are staring at Rogar.
So Sturge has an idea. Sturge would like to say, what's the guy's name again? Diesel.
They're all called Diesel.
Show yourself the bigger dwarf and wave the rest of it. We know he knows it. And this is a suggestion.
Oh.
And he rolls a 1 on his save.
What? Oh, future foretold.
Divinate him.
So Diesel looks back at you and he's like, yeah, outside her. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. That'd be a very good idea. He steps forward and he shoves Rogar back. And he says, and so we now recognize that just as Abathor can place greed in the heart of good dwarves, so too some force may place these, he looks at Sturge, unnatural desires and feelings from some dwarves to tempt them away from Sharindlar's path. He kind of like wanders towards Sturge.
What is your problem?
It's like,
I feel like he's hitting on you, but I'm not sure.
the purpose for which Moradin forged our bodies. And he's looking at you, and he like starts to reach out toward you.
Shield spell?
Disengage, cunning action.
Yeah,
How
disengage.
close is he to
Sturge
me?
special.
Surge special.
Can I give him a shove?
You can give him a shove.
Oh, with the necrotic.
Like, hey, buddy, keep it clear. Just pop him.
Okay.
We're gonna reveal the fact that I cursed him. We're gonna get kicked out of the door.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
No.
Sorry.
I mean, at least you didn't enemies abound him, and then he like just attacks everybody.
It's the 8.
I'll give you advantage because he's really not paying attention to you at all.
No, he seems to be entranced by Sturge.
He seems to be
It's still an
very
8.
focused on Sturge's nose.
I see.
Okay.
All right, you shove him. You do 1 point of damage plus 1d6 necrotic damage.
Necrotic damage.
Go ahead and roll. Tell me what it is.
So
1d6.
unnecessary. I love it.
So,
It's great.
Rogar, you're standing there.
Necrotic damage.
Wow.
Diesel has trailed off. He seems to be confused or maybe overcome with some sort of, you're not sure, but there are dark forms flowing around him. They're very faint, but you can faintly see the shadows of these black larva grub things that are moving around Diesel.
Oh, it's his spirit animal.
Bogglewomps. There are
Only if he
Bogglewomps
is
here.
of First Nations descent. Anyway,
Can anyone see that? Bogglewomps
Can the
are
rest
here.
of us see
Can
that?
any of us see
No.
anything? All right.
only
Interesting.
Rogar can see
I
that.
look to the high priestess to see
She
it.
says, well,
Bogglewomps.
can you finish it? And the second priestess is like, what? And the first priestess is like, if he trailed off, you want to win the challenge, don't you? Prove Sharindlar's love, eh? Hey? She looks a little like really invested in you completing the litany.
I do not care about the challenge at this point. I know that Sharindlar loves me. I do not want to finish this.
Well, then why would you not want to share Sharindlar's words? Obviously, they are words of love and kindness and generosity and support. Yes, words of life. Surely you embrace life, Rogar. And Ruin is looking at Rogar very wanly, like,
I'm just avoiding meeting his eyes at all. I'm really embarrassed. If it'll end this, we can get away from here. It is your job to silence or ignore the voice of this corrupting force, to focus on your duty to your people and as a child of Sharindlar.
and then
Now
you
can we
see-
go?
You see the black form swirling around you as well. As though your power and your faith has summoned the Bogglewomps. And now everyone can see those swirling
Oh.
around you.
Oh,
And the priests immediately react like, what? What? And the high priestess is like, ah? And the second priestess goes and grabs her hand and pulls her toward the temple. And you are now face to face with the Bogglewomps.
crap!
And
They're real.
that's all the time we have for tonight.
Ah!
So,
Okay.
come back next week to see finally the healing ritual, assuming the Bogglewomps don't kill them all.
Well, and whatever's down in the cavern.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. let's find out more about what's down in the caverns, and just sort of a swan song for Rogar and for Caliph, surprisingly. So come back next week. I have been Eric Scott to be DM of this campaign. Take it away, Aaron.
I am Aaron M. Evans. Check out our sponsors, Idle Champions and Forgotten Realms, at idlechampions.com.
I've been Rhiannon Held. Thank you to our moderators. Tonight, Feldering.
Hey, I'm Yang Wang. Please check out the charities that we support. There's going to be some links that are going to be dropped in chat, and you could look at them on our Twitch page right below this video.
I'm Emily Tang. Thank you to everyone who donated or gave us.
Steven, you're muted.
You can also find our past videos on our YouTube channel, linked on our Twitch page below. Be sure to click the subscribe to support us and the bell to get notified as we add new content.
Thanks, of course, most of all to you, our viewers. Thanks to everybody who participated, and it's been a great episode. And normally I'd say the adventure continues over on our website, but we're having a PHP error right now. So
our website is experiencing an attack by Sharins. So
yes.
It wasn't me this time. Yay.
Bogglewomps. So I need to go and purge it of the Bogglewomps, apparently. So yeah. But until then, stay scrawly.